Did you spend the entire month of November obsessing over your word count? Did you know that measuring words cannot be the right indicator of your writing productivity? Hello, everybody. This is Archana here from Read, Write, Inspire. Counting words to measure your writing productivity could be misleading. This is because of two reasons. Number one, not all writers are the same. Number two, not all projects are the same. For example, I write both thrillers and historical short stories for children. Writing the first draft for my thrillers is an absolute pleasure. It just goes by like a breeze. I write the first draft in about 20 to 30 days if I'm focused and if I've not taken up any other projects during the time. This has been something extremely doable for me. However, after that, my thriller goes through at least another 7 to 10 drafts. Writing these drafts repeatedly is agonizing. Believe me, it's quite painful. And it sometimes takes me even years to do it. However, when it comes to my historical short stories for children, the majority of the time, I would say about 70% of the time that I put into the project goes only into research. Writing the first draft is pretty painful because I have to collate all that research and try to make sense on the best way to present it. I have to actively think about getting the tone right, the point of view, the setting, and everything else. This makes it extremely difficult to write the first draft of the story. However, I don't need to do many drafts after that, and probably I might do another two or three drafts, but they would be more of edits rather than there is not much of rewriting that goes into it. In this situation, considering my example itself, the time that I spend writing a thriller is very different from the time that I spent writing a historical short story. Even in a time period like 20 days, I might be spending 20 days and writing the complete first draft of a thriller of maybe, say, 60,000 to 70,000 words. But at the same time, I might be spending the same 20 days and getting out only one historical short story of maybe 2,000 words. So, how does this compare? Word count cannot be the right measure for my writing productivity. I did spend the same amount of 20 days and the same amount of time in those 20 days. Does that mean that I have to continue doing only fast drafts of a variety of thrillers and not really do anything else? This is where I need to speak to you about push goals and pull goals. I have a separate video on that. I'll leave a link to it in the description box below, and I'll also put a link above here somewhere. Do check that out too, to understand about how, if you're going to concentrate only on push goals or pull goals, then you might not get any project completed, or you might not be able to do all the projects that you want to do, because not everything is going to be a fascinating aspect in a project. For some people, writing the first draft of a novel might be fun, like me. However, I have some very good friends. Uh, for instance, I was just speaking to my good friend Sujata Rajpal, another author, and she told me how she hates writing the first drafts, but doing the consequent drafts and the editing has always been a pleasure for her. So, when we are so different, how can I compare myself with her? She would probably take, a lot of time, maybe months or years to complete a first draft, while her consequent drafts might go on faster. While here, I might finish a first draft in a month, but I might spend years fine tuning it. This is what led me to discover lead indicators and lag indicators of performance. This is a common management term, And companies or many other organizations use this to understand and learn about their performance. Let me just give you an example and tell you what this is about. A lag indicator is a measurement of our past performance. For instance, where if someone wants to lose weight, the measurement of their weight would be a lag indicator. It's already something which has happened. And similarly, even for us as writers, the word count would be a lag indicator. It's something that's happened, it's over. However, a lead indicator is a measurement of performance which talks about the future success, what's going to happen. For example, someone who's wanting to lose weight, this would be something like how many days in a week did they exercise? How many hours did they exercise? Or, have they been eating healthy? What are the healthy foods that they have included in their diet? That would be a lead indicator. Come back to writing once again. Of course, a lag indicator like word count is much more definite and clear to measure. All your, right from Microsoft Word to Google Docs, it tells you exactly how many words you've written. So that's easy and it's more definite, also more comfortable to compare with other authors in a way. I think that's why a lag indicator is popular. However, on the other side, a lead indicator we can try and have more control of. For instance, for writers, I think it would make more sense measuring the number of hours in a day that we devote to writing. So, writing could be research, outlining, actual writing or rewriting or editing, proofreading. All these things come under the umbrella of writing. So, how many hours are you spending doing these activities? That could be a very good lead indicator to understand how about your writing performance. Instead of just measuring the hours, you could also measure your deep work hours that were devoted towards writing. So that would be taking it one step further. So if you don't know what's deep work hours and if you've not heard about Cal Newport and his book Deep Work, then I would leave a link to that too in the description below and somewhere in this video too. So do check it out and check out my video on deep work and how that has influenced my writing life. Though measuring word count could be more accurate, and also it's easy to measure. However, it does not do anything to change our behavior. However, measuring the number of hours that you put into writing could actually make a difference to you. When you see that this particular day I have hardly spent 20 minutes on writing, the next day you could push yourself to do a little more and make it maybe 30 or maybe even 40 minutes. So every day when you write down how many hours you actually spent on this most important activity for you, it could make a huge difference. Another thing to remember is that quantity is completely meaningless without quality, especially when it comes to writing. So, hereafter, don't stick to just measuring your word count. It's an indicator of past performance and does nothing to change your future performance. So, instead, why don't you concentrate on the number of hours that you put into writing? Keep writing, keep shining. Bye bye.